What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe, you got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
You?
Oh, just throwing the hard questions at you. Just throwing the hard questions at you, guys. If you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite project. If it's VV, you're going to like this one. Also, become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. Get one of these stars next to your name. Flex on them in the comments. Flex on them. Say my star is better than your star. Let them know. But also, you're getting more entries into the SUP end of every single month. The further you move along in the star program. Follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, join the Discord. All utility goes through our Discord. If you want to be in any of the giveaways, have to be in our Discord. But we also have a bunch of channels for all different projects that we cover. Other ways to enter the SUP, minting cryptoids with our link in the description. We are Cryptoids ambassadors. Use the link, let us know on Discord. Buy merch, let us know on Discord. There's more merch that came out. You're going to see it in just a sec. Also, I don't know if it's in the store yet, but it's coming. And if you don't win anything in the SUP this month, half of your stars will be retained for the next month. We have an NFT project out, Superstar Mystery Boxes. It's out right now. There are 65 left. End of the month, it will be closed off, and you can enter into a bunch more giveaways. Only 15 Matic to get in. You might get some guaranteed utility for 3 months if you land one of those gold ones, but also all the other ones enter you into a bunch of raffles for a bunch of cool prizes. Depending on how much is earned, we will split the pot. Half will go to prizes. The other half go back to the Star Boys who supported the channel on our initial NFT drop. So it is what it is. However many sell, that's what it'll be at the end of the month.
I haven't checked it at all. I think we're at 135 before.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's increased or not, but it looks like it's a pretty good amount there. We can have a lot of fun with it. I think Starboy holders would be very happy.
Yep.
But
I think it's coming to a complete halt at this point. But it is what it is. I mean, it's better odds for everybody who's in right now.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? As time goes on too, I think people start seeing the utility of non-IP projects. Like in our case, our IP, we can do whatever we want with it. I think people are going to start respecting, like we saw from Pudgey Penguins CEO.
Oh yeah, what a great spaces! I know I wasn't able to speak on it yesterday, but man, thank you to Will from Cryptoids for getting Luca on our spaces on Wednesday, and we got to have direct conversations with one of the leaders in the space, and he had some great knowledge, and he was asked some good questions by us, by Will, and also by Metamona, who we're going to hear from in just a bit. So I thought it was really fun. But let us go through the Twitter news quickly, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. But yesterday, you did a video on this company can teach Disney how to unlock Web3 magic. Obviously, talking about cryptoids and what they're doing over there. So, I mean, how did you come up with that idea? What did you think?
Well, I mean, it all started because of Luca Nets coming on our spaces here with Will, and you know, it reminded me of a comment that he made talking about how Disney IP isn't as flexible. Metamona was the one that asked the question about why you don't see that from these big, massive brands, and he made a big statement. He said that he's going to take market share away from Disney. And you know what? It's funny because some people in the comments were laughing at that statement. Like, who is this guy? Who do you think he is? But there's an element of truth to that. If like if their IP continues to deliver on all the things that we really want to see, like everything that Pudgey Penguins is doing is all of the speculation that I heard that people wanted from day one on Veve. And it doesn't exist, but it already exists right now on Pudgey Penguins. The difference is that it's not Disney IP. So I think that Pudgey Penguins is on something with the utility. The games are pretty fun. The fun games that you could play and go on their website. They got the digital aspect of it. They got the marketing. The marketing's another level. Look at that. Another level of marketing. Okay, football stadiums, who knows? And then we asked them what's going to be next for them, and we'll see what's next for them. But he said we're going to go even bigger this time. I don't know how he's going to go bigger in 2024. I
mean, we asked him if we're going on the Super Bowl, and he did not deny it. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, they're amazing. And the last thing to mention, Joe, is that Cryptoids has their own IP and they got Disney IP. Now, there's the difference between Cryptoids and Pudgey Penguins. They got both. Watch the video. You can see that time how important that dynamic could be in the future.
Yeah, they could do a proof of concept. I mean, Pudgey Penguins, I mean, and even just to laugh at the progress of Pudgey Penguins, I think is actually the laughable thing because, I mean, if you used GIFs before, it is completely embedded in there. Your friends are using Pudgey Penguins GIFs and they don't even know Pudgey Penguins. So the fact that you think that they're not encroaching on other IP and other like taking over some market share from some of these bigger brands. I mean, people are using the Pudgey Penguin GIF before they're using the Mickey Mouse GIF. It's matter of fact at this point. There's stats on it and all this stuff. So, I mean, he's making an impact, and they're going to continue to push the envelope because that's what they do over there. We will definitely do a Pudgey Penguin video at some point as soon as we have all of the details in order. But I mean, really excited by that project and what Luca's doing.
Yeah, for sure. Check out the video, guys.
We ended up getting one of these. This is from Candy. Another day, another airdrop. Starting to steal our titles. I feel like we do that a lot. But we did end up getting Batman 428. We do have a bat cowl, a pink and white one to match our hats. But on top of that, the first 3,400 verified bat cowl holders who submit their shipping info below by June 12th, 2024 will receive a physical comic. So it looks like the comic's a little bit a ways away, but we have submitted our address. And since they're still collecting addresses, I believe that we are already in that snapshot. We did get our comic, so that was pretty cool. And it's cool to see Candy starting to give some free stuff back to people. They give a migration pin for the DC collection, and then now they also done a 2023 little NFT for free. So I like when you reward people who use your app.
It's also good to see backhouse holders continue to be rewarded with utility. I think we're past the 2-year expiration date now on promised utility for backhouse holders. But I mean, I think that people maybe had higher expectations for what that utility could be, but things like this, I think, are still helpful, and they're still important parts of utility for backhouse holders.
Yep, very cool. This we put out to Disney Pinnacle. I mean, Santa. We said, "Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is access to Disney Pinnacle, so we no longer have to FOMO watching all our friends get cool pins. P.S. If you make this happen, we'll leave extra carrots for the reindeer and some cookies for Miss Claus." We got to see if this will work. I mean, we know Pinnacle is not giving us access yet, so maybe Santa can get in there and just like push some buttons and get us that access.
Yeah, I actually used to have that exact mailbox, Joe. During Christmas time, we'd put out that exact mailbox, and the mailman used to drop it in there every once in a while. But yeah, Disney Pinnacle, what's going on, guys? Get us some access. Get us in there. We want to talk about it. Give us access so we can talk about Disney Pinnacle more. We've been so excited to have it. We just want access so we can get a chance to actually use the app and comment on it. So
yeah, we can do a whole walkthrough, man. You don't understand. The superstars, they go hard. You got some access there. Let's go. Shout out to Dapper Alan Falcon.eth. I believe he's a co-creator of Topshot. Just to clarify, the starter edition pins aren't tradable or sellable until 2024, but that doesn't mean trading or marketplace won't be available for other digital pins before then. So it's not everything by 2024 November. They may have other collections earlier. We did see a limited edition get dropped today and sell out at $49 US, which I think was pretty cool to see happen. I didn't think that would happen on pins, but obviously there's a lot of hype behind these things, and it's kind of crazy to me that they're releasing limited editions without having everybody able to use the app yet.
I think it's a good clarification here, and I think that there's a good chance that we'll probably see trading on Disney Pinnacle first, just because I feel like it's their system. Like the way you could just tell that the way the app is being rolled out, it looks like they built the app ready to go before they rolled it out. I mean, I'm still speculating here. We don't have access to the app, but it looks pretty smooth and looks like maybe the way they have things set up is already prepared, ready to go, and they're going to ease people into it. So hopefully we see trading. We got to get more. 2024 needs to be the year of trading and marketplace. We got to start seeing expansion on that on all our favorite projects.
Yep, agreed. Shout out to Bob Sale getting the Juju on the latest VV drop X-Men number 4. Ultra rare number 311. So pretty cool Juju there.
Good job, Bob. Good job.
And Rodney, shout out to Rodney getting an Ultra Grail. Obi-Wan Kenobi finally getting in the Ultra Grail club. So shout out to Rodney. That Juju is real. Finally got some.
Let's go. Oh man, the Juju was with you for sure, Rodney. Congrats.
You're in the club.
Let's go.
Day number 11. This was really cool. I mean, it's cool and cute. It's cool, as they call it. Just seeing the kids opening up ZUFOs here. I thought that was pretty good. If you haven't seen this, definitely go check it out. Very, very wholesome video.
Yeah, and they pulled a grill on that one too. So just showing that the kids, they want more. After they open one, they say, "I want more," right? They're kind of like me on a live stream, but yeah, it looks like
once you start, you can't stop.
Having a lot of fun with it too.
Top Shot, shout out to Diamond. So I mean, I told you guys, if you're into any of the Flow ecosystem, you gotta be watching and following Diamond. Pinnacle as well. He's on all over it. But NBA Top Shot, get a moment. So I think they did something similar to this on NFL All Day. But again, another example of ways to utilize existing collections. They are always rewarding collectors over on these platforms. This one here, if you basically submit a moment, then you're going to get something else. So it's like almost like a trade-in for something, but you're submitting something. I feel like they all put them in a pot and they get distributed randomly out to the people. So I mean, it's a little bit of a fun utility. You give something, you get something. It's like a Secret Santa.
Yeah, I think that Topshot is a very, it's very much a collectible platform. So when you're a collectible platform, you don't have a lot of true, classic gamification of an actual movable animated character. You got to rely on things like this. They have the challenges, the burning events, and this rewards their active users. If you see this and you put this in, you can get something free. So I think a lot of platforms can learn from Topshot in terms of how they continue with user engagement on a collecting platform. And I think it's a good call what they're doing here for sure.
Yeah, really fun. And shout out to, again, Veve Values, noting that the $49.95 drop sold out in the same day. So, I mean, they're doing it over there at Dapper Labs. They know they got a little something happening over there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get in touch with it soon. But the next one coming is Finding Nemo. These ones are pretty cool. They got like depth to the pin. Again, another limited drop that we probably will not be a part of, but letting you guys know that Crush one is pretty cool.
Yeah, Crush, he's the dude right there, Crush. You got to go check out Crush at Disney World over there. He's quick. He's quick on his feet. On his fins. He's quick on his fins.
We talked about a little bit of new merch coming out. You can see a little glimpse of it here. Shout out Superstar Steve, always supporting the channel, always spreading the Superstar juju around and letting people know. He's all over the Flick Play app, posting his Starboys. He's all over Twitter, letting people know whenever he does anything to support the community. So we wanted to give a little bit back, and we gave him a prototype of one of the first ever Superstar Money mugs, and it just arrived. And look at it. It's in perfect condition. He says he loves the quality of it. He says the shipping was very, very well protected. So if you guys want to have this in the merch shop, let us know. But I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, there's so many generous superstars. I also want to give a shout out to Mitchell Locklear as well. He is donating to the channel like all the time. He's donating. You don't have to do that. We thank you so much for your donations. Superstar Steve as well just gave away a Starboy as well. I mean, you guys are examples of why we keep going. You guys have been amazing supporters. And on this one here, especially because Superstar Steve just recently gave away the Starboy, we definitely want to make sure that we show him our appreciation. And I hope you like this new merch. It's not in the merch store. You were the first one to get this. Nobody else has this. So you're the first one to get this. There's 2 more being shipped out right now to deliver on a promise that Joe made actually a while ago.
It was worth it. We got the alpha for that one.
So there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it all sparked. But really, I don't even have one. I think Rob has one, but I don't have one. If you guys want to buy any cryptos, use the link at the top of our X page and let us know on the Discord so you can get entries into the giveaways at the end of every single month. Rob, why don't you pull up what you got on your screen there? Let everybody see what we've been doing over the last little year or 2 years, and then let's talk about this thing you got here as well.
Yeah, so guys, we do a lot of AMAs on our channel. We do AMAs all the time. We took a walk down, history lane, I think they call it, right? You got Will back in May coming on, just, came on, didn't require any questions of any kind. This is before he knew how he had no idea exactly what he was getting into when he came into this AMA. So we gave him a very, well prepared AMA, and that was really, really great. Then we had all the founders on. I think this was like August. Look at that. The entire executive team of Cryptoids came on. Many guys that you don't even see that active on socials, but you can come here and check them out. We got Flick Play CEO here, Pierina. She came on for an AMA, really good AMA. We got the Gamesodes guys that came on for a live AMA. We got Flow Blockchain. Veve we got as well. We had both Pudding Cheeks and Reese come on, and I didn't pull it up. Forgot to pull it up, but we also had Eagle Eyes Discord manager come on. So we've had the Veve team come on. We've had Weebox come on at Young, not Young, and then we've even had Trevor back at McFarland days when he was active. He came on, and we built great relationships with all the companies. But there's one person where we have not been able to secure, and that's David Yu. David Yu has been giving AMAs out recently. He's been giving them out to a group of people. We've emailed him directly. We've asked for the interview, but we were never able to get it, which is surprising considering we ran the best AMA of all time. with Reese that one time back in 2022 of August, I believe, where we rooted out a lot of the questions, right? Like we covered so much. You guys gotta go back and check it out. To this day, we get people sometimes screenshotting stuff and posting it. For one of my favorites is we confirmed that gamification of the Marvel Mighties is very unlikely, and that you should assume that the collectibles you're buying are the best they're going to be for now. Not to mention that the door's not open to potentially be maybe reopened and they can make them gamified. But for now, that is what you're getting. So don't think they're going to be just a hidden animation and skeleton that's going to make things delivered into a game just so easily, right? So look at this. This is pretty interesting. Every time David Yu has an AMA, I find he gets himself into a little bit of trouble, and he says things where they are contradictory to things that he said in the past, and it brings great concern to the community who listens to everything he says. At the end of the day, he is the CEO. He is responsible for everything, and therefore what he says holds more weight and value than anybody else in the company. So for that reason, he has to be very careful with what he says. Now, Joe, I don't know if you want to pitch anything in before I play this, but you have any comments on that?
No, I mean, obviously, we'd love to have David on and ask him some questions about VV. I don't understand the hesitancy. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, you're the CEO of a company. There's nothing to hide. It's a straightforward, straight shooting company. And I mean, we've had a ton of different companies on, and we ask them whatever we feel like asking them. We are the community. We are the customer, and we have questions. And if we're afraid to answer certain questions, what are we doing here? Why are we gating questions? Why are we gating who we're talking to? Why not go on the channels that people want to see you on? People want to see you on the channel. We get it all the time. Get David Yu on. Get David Yu on. We want to. We can't get him. We can't secure it. It's fine. At the end of the day, we understand why VV is doing this now. We're gonna have another example of it right here that Rob's gonna show of why David Yu doesn't come on our channel and why VV has limited how many AMAs they have done in the recent past. I mean, they used to do, if you remember, one every month. They also used to do the sit down with Alex, and they used to do the whole thing where they did the show and tell and all that. That's gone too. Why? Because anytime that they speak, they get attacked. Why do they get attacked? Because they change up what they're saying every time. It's never consistent. They don't have a game plan when they come out to do these things. And they need to understand that you're not fooling anybody. Everybody in the community is very intelligent people. They're way ahead of their times because they are recognizing this space before the mass population is. So you got to understand, those are the smartest people that are here listening to this, watching this video, and listening to you guys speak. So you're not going to pull the wool over their eyes. So, I mean, go out there, be part of the community. You do a great job in-person events. Let's start to do a little bit more connecting with the community. You don't have to come here. You don't have to come on this channel. I love that you guys are doing a little bit more AMAs now on the YouTube channels, but like start to keep it consistent. Do it more and more and more and keep answering the questions. And let's try to keep a little bit of consistency when it comes to the answers, because I feel like they're all over the place sometimes. And then people get confused and they're like, why are you saying this when you said this last time? I mean, we all remember the Spider-Man thing about the wallet and how, oh, we will never go into bot wallets for 2 years or whatever. And then why are the Spider-Mans moving into different wallets? Because we had to go in there because they were bots. So what is it? It's one or the other. There's too many things that are happening and too many questions that are being answered with like different answers. But I feel like if everyone's on the same page, you don't get that.
Listing OMI on more exchanges.
Okay.
What's the delay?
Yeah, we don't actually get to select what exchange we get listed on. We the truth is everyone knows, this is very common knowledge, that you submit application, and if the community sentiment is good, you get listed. As simple as that. If the sentiment is no good, obviously exchanges don't want fathers out there. They want healthy community, just like any business you bring on partners. So they review, they're very smart. They have way to scan through our social media, our channels, our customers, our holders, and they make a decision from that front. That's what they communicate back to us constantly.
I found the question.
So first of all, like this is the whole thing I talked about communication 2 videos ago with VV. They have a big problem with communication. I feel like something like this is even more deeply rooted in terms of changing direction. So they're going one way. You know, David, you talked about DocuSign, that he was asked about, because they've promised like 5 major exchanges back in, like, I don't know, it was 2021 or early 2022, something like that. And then he got asked the question later on. He's like, well, I had DocuSign ready to go. I just had to sign it. It would have been a major exchange. Good thing I didn't, almost like relating to FTX. And now we're hearing how like it's not even Veve's fault. It's the Futter's fault that they can't get onto an exchange. And, you know, I just find that as a really strange response because, I mean, if that is true, what's the root of the problem? You think the Futters are just making things up, or are they fighting for a reason, right? Like the Futters are fighting OMI because it does not have any of the promised utility that's supposed to have. Like, it's just as simple as that. Like if there was more utility to the token as initially promised, people would not FUD it as hard as they FUD it now. Thankfully, we just got an announcement about, well, we have the 10 million MCP point ad, which I mean is you can't do anything with MCP points, but at least it's something, I mean, right? And then they kind of flip-flopped on the bronze tickets now, right? They're not going to let you burn OMI anymore for the bronze tickets, but at least they have a plan to still roll out bronze tickets, and OMI plays a part of that with the MCP points. But to kind of, this is a pure reversal from like the team's going to get 5 major exchanges. We're right around the corner to now, like, yeah, the exchanges, they don't even want us.
I mean, that's not what was said. I mean, that's why people are up in arms on this, because what was said was, we're just not doing it because we're in a bear market and we don't want to put a coin out there and be embarrassed. I mean, to me, that never made any sense. Like, you want to be accessible, and then when people want to come and buy the token, it's there and it's ready to go. And I'm sure that there's other coins that are on exchanges that are random names and all of these things. Like, I don't buy this. I don't buy this. You're telling me there's no fudders of any of these other tokens, and nobody calling these things pump and dumps.
Every token has a fudder.
Every single token has somebody saying this is a pump and dump or this is a scam. Go Google any token. Dogecoin has that, and Dogecoin is, you can buy it on. I can buy it on my phone. Like, it's crazy. But I mean, I don't understand how. And then you go on and you say that it's common knowledge and all this, that people are scanning to see what people are saying about the token. I think it's just maybe they think that there's no demand for it. That's what I think. If you look at the last, I think 24 hours, it's like $26,000 in volume on OMI token. So that's not a lot of demand. Maybe it's not worth their time. Maybe that's what they mean. Maybe that's the community sentiment. But I think if you back up the truck and you give enough money, you're going to get listed wherever you want. That's what I think at the end of the day.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you give people hope, right? If you tell them one thing and then you flip-flop on it and you don't deliver on that promise, they don't like hearing it through just AMAs. They like official guidance and communication of the reasons and rationale behind why that promise was broken. There was another one as well about, I don't have it up here, but about like, why is OMI a security token? And me and you did a video on this. Okay, we did a video and we went through like the definition on the SEC side. And to be fair, like it probably could classify as a security token. People are buying it in hopes that there will be some kind of productive nature that will help it raise in value. It was also originally sold to fund Veve's app, right? It was used in order to fund Veve. So I mean, like, they haven't been on that radar yet. David, you gave an answer, but like, they don't want to be a top 100 token because then they get more eyes on them. So like, just the answers that are coming out right now from David Yu, they're just different than what we originally heard from the past. There's also some concern about the whole security token thing. I think they know. I think he's being, like, you could tell from the way he's answering these questions, he is in a sense softballing them. He's being very careful. And I just think there's a reoccurring theme here that, you know, I mean, shout out to Benamona who was willing to, like, I don't know if, you know, he asked for, it's like some CEOs ask for a list of questions. I've heard through, you know, different people that typically he does ask for the questions in advance, but she was pulling up questions from the live stream. So I don't know if these were maybe questions that they didn't anticipate were going to be there and he had to wing them on the fly. But I find that every AMA David Yu has done, he's finding himself contradictory to the past. That doesn't mean he should stop doing AMAs. I don't think he should stop doing AMAs. But I do think that it's important that David Yu, you know, be consistent with their future plans. So if they say one thing, they should be consistent and deliver on that one thing instead of changing and flip-flopping without giving proper answers to the community why they flip-flopped and why they changed direction, not just through an AMA.
And I mean, I'm just scrolling on my phone right now, and I'm on Coinbase, and I'm just checking out what coins they offer because I still don't buy that. All these exchanges do this huge research on social media and check if there's fudders. There are 1,218 pages of coins, so each page is this long. All right, so about like 6-7 coins on each page, 1,200 pages. Just this random one here at the bottom, My Lady meme coin. So I don't know if any of you have heard of that coin, but anyway, they're listed on Coinbase, so you can go over there and buy if you want. I'm just saying, like, the excuses at this point, like, they got to stop. We got to start to treat our customer like they have a brain, like they know what's going on. Like they're not going to buy the excuse every time, and it's just adding up. Everything's adding up. I'm telling you that the Spider-Man thing still doesn't sit well with me. I don't understand it. I don't understand how there was 2 different answers about having wallets that hold the Spider-Man because they were moved from bot accounts. And then 2 weeks before, there was comments saying you're not allowed to touch bot accounts because we don't know what's going to happen with them. We have to leave them locked. Like, they're either locked or they're not. And we still don't have clarity on that. Never going to get clarity on that. Then there's this now with the exchanges. Why didn't we get exchange? Did you have the DocuSign? Did you not have the DocuSign? Were we ready? Were we not ready? Like, were we in or not? Is FTX the only one who would accept us? Is that what was happening? Is that why it didn't happen? What is going on here? Is it because we're in a bear market and we're not in a bear market? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening, right? We want the truth. We just want honesty, like honesty and trust. And that's all it takes. Build the trust up for us. Please keep doing these AMAs. Go on other people's channels. We know you're not coming here. We know you won't come here and take any of our questions. So just like, let's build up the trust somewhere else. And let's see if we can start to get this righted, because we want to make sure that people like are comfortable, or else it's not going anywhere.
Well, early OMI investors were pretty excited about buybacks, right? And they had some big statements about buybacks and how they were going to buy and do buybacks. And then the team did back out of that. They have no intention of doing buybacks anymore. But, at least the answer, you can kind of understand it. Obviously, it's expensive for them to do. They're more focused on growing. They would rather use those funds to grow. But more importantly, they want to create actual demand for the coin. So, I mean, you can accept that. Okay, no buybacks because they much prefer to bring organic growth to the coin, and people are going to buy the coin out of demand, and it will just naturally burn itself through that demand. But the problem is that, if they're not giving good answers for people, they didn't bring any utility yet. That's one issue. The second issue is that they're not giving explanations. Like, for example, this has been a long-standing concern about exchanges. This has been a long-standing thing for early OMI investors. The truth is, for me personally, I could care less. But early OMI investors, they actually were like told this over and over again, that there's going to be big exchanges for people to access OMI. They bank on it. And now we're basically hearing that, like, sorry guys, because of the fudders, it's the fudders' fault. You're not getting on any more exchanges than what we have right now.
Stop fudding. Stop fudding.
So stop fudding, I guess.
If you want to get in the Veve-verse, no fudding the Veve-verse either, okay?
Yeah, so stop fudding. Which I think the fudding will I think every project has fudders, but I think the size of the community that fudds could be reduced through results. I think if you continue to be result driven, your fudding community will be reduced. Veve has had early success with the results that they were able to do in terms of having an app, securing amazing licensors, and doing drops consistently during a bull run. With that being said, I don't know if what got, and we did a video on this, it's titled this, right? I don't believe what made them successful in the first place will necessarily continue to make them successful in the future. I think as other projects begin to roll out more heavy gamification, fidgetals, all this stuff, and don't get me wrong, that Veve is doing some of that. I don't see them doing it at the same level as some of these other projects. And I have some concerns about them with all these communication hiccups and flip-flops that are not very well communicated, that maybe even internally their roadmap plan is a little bit kind of jaggy right now, and they're struggling to try to deliver on their roadmap on where they want to go. One thing we know Veve wants to be is a Walmart where you just buy the collectible and then you can eventually maybe bring it somewhere else. But I think other platforms are actually trying to be more than that. They're trying to be the place for games and all this stuff. And I think Veve later on in their development started pivoting to do that with the VV-verse. Remember, David, you said he wasn't actually planning to have a VV-verse originally. Now they're trying to do that. You know, there's all sorts of things that have been said over the past, and there's just so many things that have flip-flopped. So hopefully, go ahead.
It just seems like it's try to tell me what I want to hear type of stuff. And I mean, this one here about the exchanges, I just don't believe it. Richquack.com. I'm going to go buy richquack.com coin right now on Coinbase. Like, I can't buy it. So,
yeah, for sure. And if David, of course, David Yu is always welcome on the channel. We'd love to have him on. We've tried, and unfortunately, we've never been able to secure his interview. But we hope that maybe one day he will consider coming on, and just have a talk. But again, we want to get answers. But just remember, because even if it's not with us and he does other AMAs in the future, people will be confused if the change in direction is discovered on that AMA. I'm not saying that he can't change direction on something that was said before. I just think that VV needs to do a better job communicating that through their official channels first, so that when he's on an AMA and just somebody asks a random question and everybody discovers that way. I think it's just the perception of how it's conveyed to the community. It could be a lot better if it's just done through their official communications first, and then you have more explanation, like better explanations, more detailed explanations in an AMA. But there should be sufficient explanation on an official communication off the bat. So, anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Long video today. Let us know what you guys think today about David Yu AMA. Do you guys think that that VV's intentionally kind of reduced the amount of AMAs because of all this maybe internal confusion and direction on where things are going? Maybe it's there's questions about it could expose VV a little bit, right? When it talks about OMI, maybe on the legal aspect, they're concerned on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification to get every single video every single day. And also, thank you to our VIPs. It's $2.99 a month. Start with your name, access our spreadsheets, giveaways, guys. Thank you all so much. Take care, and we'll see you next one. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.